going on, guys? Nick Lesagor here.
Brandon Delakia.
Exit 12.
Brewery.
In the house.
That's nice.
That's pretty nice, right?
Yeah, subdued.
So today, we are continuing the dual grain, triple play, double IPA, hop challenge, whatever you'd like to call it. I'm pretty sure between us and the other 10, 11 Brewtubers, we've all called it something different. But
I think you've called it something different in every
I'm
video.
sure I have. But this version here is unique in that it's canned. It's from MaineBrewGuy Gary from Tap Out Brewing, I think is what Tap Out Brewing Company out of Naples, Florida. He is from Maine, moved to Florida, has a sweet setup. We'll put the link to his YouTube channel in the description, but if you get a chance to check out his videos, his setup is really cool. Brewing in a garage is something I've always wanted to do. I think it's just better in terms of weather and things like that. But this version is a little bit lower in ABV, 6.69%, 233 calories, in case you're watching your weight, which Brandon is.
Damn. Slender figure.
And so he used Mosaic, Citra, and Azacca. So probably going to get close, similar to the tropical flavors we've been tasting to this point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, canning is something we've looked into. It definitely gives a cool appearance to the beer. A lot of price into that, not just the canning machine, but then you got to buy cans and all that. But we didn't get into this hobby to save money, so it's always something to look into, especially if it'll, especially for IPAs, we'll keep it fresher. TBD, don't know.
So we think that he keg conditioned and then filled from the keg. Gary, I'd love to know what canning system you have because this thing is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And very, 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 very clear. Or maybe a little more on the cloudy side, but the color is very similar to what we've seen to this point.
Yeah, it's got a haze to it, which is nice. Color's really good. Like a light auburn, maybe even a little lighter than that.
Got about a finger head.
Yep.
On yours, probably about a half a finger, but that's probably just because I poured mine out first.
Yeah, good lacing.
Yeah, and it's in terms of filtering, I don't see really any floaties.
Nope. Yeah.
Maybe one or two here or there, but those could be bubbles as well.
Yep.
But this is very well carbonated,
Yes.
Which is a good sign for us because, as Brandon was alluding to, for a while we were looking into a canner. And but yeah, this looks phenomenal. Mike used a great descriptor for the color. Burnt orange, I think, is a great descriptor that Mike Dean used, and I think that's exactly what this is. It's definitely burnt orange, probably a little on the darker side of the burnt orange that we've seen to this point, but it looks good. So let's get a little snifferoonie. Oh wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting. That's definitely Azacca.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I thought I could pull up the Citra. It was Citra, correct? Citra.
Yeah. There's definitely a slight citrus note, but it's floral and spicy. Almost like spicy, almost like a saison, but without that like strong yeast character.
Yeah. The Azacca is definitely drawing on the nose.
But that is really nice.
Yeah.
Definitely pulling out like some thinner citrus, orange peel maybe type characters.
Yeah, I definitely get the Citra as well. And the last hop was Mosaic, I believe.
The first hop was Mosaic, so
that was the
probably
bittering
used
hop.
as bittering. We'd have to look at the spreadsheet, but we think of Mosaic bittering, Citra as the finishing hop, and then Azacca as the dry hop, which I think is interesting. And you could probably kind of tell that it's dry hopped with the Azacca because it's got that strong nose on it.
Yeah, but definitely tropical. But like you would expect from those three hops.
I'm not getting a strong tropicalness, but I can understand why you would.
Wow. Just cutting me down. No, I get it.
I understand why you would. I think I'm getting like a citrus with like a floral and spicy, like I noted, like almost like that hop tea I referenced in one of the other videos.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, definitely get a little bit of the alcohol on the back end of the nose, like that kind of that bite almost.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, I'm pumped to try this. Let's do it.
Cheers.
MaineBrewGuy Gary, cheers, salute. And we're back.
Yeah.
The magic of editing. And your wife calling you a loser when she walks in and you deciding you do not want that on the brew video.
Yes. She called me a loser. She did not call me a loser.
All right, back to the beer. The malt profile to me shines through on this
Sure.
beer.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it was mildly hopped. I'd be interested to go back and see the amounts, but I think the malt profile definitely shines through nicely.
Yeah. I got a lot, we got a lot of the Azacca on the nose, so the hops shine through in the aroma, but definitely the malt is shining through in the flavor. And
It has a really nice bitterness that lingers throughout the beer. Like it's not like a bitterness up front and then it dissipates. I think it sticks around, which for this style I really like. It's crisp.
Yeah.
I think it's well filtered. I think it's probably one of the more better filtered beers that we've had in this competition experiment.
Yeah, we talked about the setup earlier, and it definitely comes through in the beer. It's definitely a well done beer, and it's definitely like a finished beer, like a very finished product.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. It's very clean, and the malt is nice throughout with a little bit of the hop character on the end there, which is excellent. 6.1, did you say?
6.9? 6.6.
Oh, 6.6. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not one of the, more overly boozy ones we've had, so I think it's right in that range of just a regular IPA, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think this is very, very well done. I think this is one of the more well done finished beers from beginning to end that we've had in this experiment so far. So, Gary, awesome job, man. This is a very good beer. This is phenomenal. This is probably more along the lines maybe of what Mike was envisioning when he created this little experiment.
Sure.
So overall, great job, man.
Yep.
And cheers.
Cheers.